I'm trying to compete. And yes, I was born a boy. So what, guys? This is 2022. It doesn't matter what you're born. We have champions like my girl Leah, my sister, and she gets to win, but I don't. Why not? That's what I'm asking you. Why not? Why can't I swim against the ladies?
You adjust the microphone as you told, man.
Hey, what's up everyone? Jazz Borganzo here, another What's Next, your daily dose. And hopefully I sound stronger in this video than I have in past videos this week, only because I've been battling the flu. And yeah, it has not been good, but hopefully I can kick it by the weekend. But anywho, once again, please bear with me. Alex Stein. Now, for those of you who do not know who Alex Stein is, he is a conservative comedian. But the man has gone viral, especially in the last year, showing up at school board meetings from everything to a drag queen, to a politician, to a doctor, to the man on the street from a leftist viewpoint. And of course, he's not. But it's just funny how he goes over the top, off the rails, regarding his stance on political correctness, i.e., wokeness, and slams them. And of course, the school boards were actually taking him seriously. But of course, they now know who he is. So, of course, after the debacle in Dallas at a drag queen show where parents showed up with their kids who were handing out dollar bills, of course, he showed up and wrecked them. Yeah. Who was going to be Primetime next? Who was going to be Alex Stein's next quote-unquote victim? Well, turns out to be Little Miss Victim herself, one Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's take a look. This comes out of Gateway Pundit. Cortez trashed Capitol Police in epic meltdown after man heckles her on Capitol steps. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, of course Democratic fascist, trashed U.S. Capitol Police after a man heckled her on the Capitol steps on Wednesday, and police did not try to stop him. Ocasio-Cortez railed against police in comments made to a reporter, expressing terror that the officers who worked the January 6 riots, yes, that insurrection, yes, the worst terror attack since 9/11, may have sympathized with the rioters and accused the cops of opening doors for rioters. Well, it turns out to be factually true. It's called video. Later Wednesday evening, Ocasio-Cortez did a stream of conscious video about the heckler and continued to rail against Capitol Police. Ocasio-Cortez posted the incident after deleting her initial false account. I posted about the deeply disgusting incident that happened today on the Capitol steps, but took it down because it clearly someone seeking extremist fame. It's just a bummer to work in an institution that openly allowed this, but talking about it only invites more. It's just really sad. Here is a video he posted of the incident. I was actually trying to walk over to deck him, quote unquote, because if no one will to protect us, then I'll do it myself. But I needed to catch a vote more than a case today. And of course, here is the disgusting, horrific, vomitous video by one Alex Stein.
Favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
I want you to do a little selfie.
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo! I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tamale.
Nice. But can you see the fear in Cortez? Can you see the horrific fear, the fear in her eyes as Stein approached her? Wow, man, chills. Ocasio-Cortez at first accused the man comedian Alex Stein of swearing at her and then deleting the tweet. She did. This guy followed me up to the Capitol saying, "Look at your juicy ass, you blank Latina," and a bunch of other disgusting garbage in front of an officer who let him continue. So I'm just going to share this photo here since there is no other protection. Ladies and anyone, avoid this guy. Ocasio-Cortez spoke to Latino Rebels reporter Pablo Manriquez tells me she never felt safe at the Capitol, citing reports of police and members of Congress working with the insurrectionists on January 6th. And yeah, here's a little bit of that bean footage.
These insurrectionists,
Like Antifa?
and that there were actual
Hear that?
officers working
Like
with this, and we
Antifa?
never got to the bottom of that, and we never got any answers about that. And then to this day, we're just supposed to pretend that that never happened.
What about
I
Antifa?
have no idea what happened to the people on the inside who were very clearly sympathetic with what was going on and opening the doors wide open for that. And I'm supposed to sit here and
You mean like
pretend
Antifa?
like none of that ever happened, and then right afterwards you
You
have
mean like
a
Black Lives
massive,
Matter?
you know, you just have this idea that throwing money at that problem is going to make it go away
We could burn
without
some
any
buildings.
accountability. And so this is where these things are breaking down. We're not safe, and it's not just about members of Congress not being safe. The
Black
food
Lives
staff
Matter.
workers,
Bingo.
aren't safe.
Oh,
the janitors
my.
aren't safe. Like, we need to get to the bottom of this. So that's all I got to say.
What about Antifa?
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Let's get
Yeah, that's all she had to say. But yeah, good times. Later Wednesday, Ocasio-Cortez streamed herself talking about a heckling incident and railed against the police again. Former NYPD Detective Rob O'Donnell posted clips, quote, in tonight's Cortez Instagram rant. She labeled this, quote, sexually threatened aggressive behavior. Mind you, if he was such a threat, why did you approach him? Also, wanted this Capitol officer to intervene when no law was violated. Laws are for the serfs, I guess. Here's her desperate plea.
Not even that it happened, but that it happened on the Capitol steps right in front of a Capitol police officer. And this dude was engaged, like this wasn't about a political opinion, protest, or anything like that. He was engaged in very clearly sexually threatening, aggressive behavior.
Yeah, it's called
right
catcalling.
in front, on the Capitol steps in front of an officer. And he wasn't even asked to take a step back. Like,
I know.
this officer was just cool with it.
I am so offended right now. More from O'Donnell. Did AOC just give credible evidence, for the defense of every defendant charged with trespassing on January 6th that they were let in?
Really just can't help but think about all of that footage and evidence that we saw the day of all these Capitol police officers helping and being sympathetic to the insurrectionists on January 6th. And everyone just decided it was too politically difficult to deal with. So they all just brushed it under the rug. And to this day, there has never been an investigation into that. Never. So as a result, we have no idea which officers are safe to be around. We have no idea if any of those officers and the ones holding massive weapons were with that crowd or if they weren't. But if you raise questions about that, or if you don't feel safe, it's construed as you attacking the entire institution of public safety. Riddle me that. Riddle me that.
The fact of the matter is that when you play yourself, when you make an ass out of yourself, when you make a fool out of yourself, you're going to get wrecked. And that's exactly what happened to Cortez on the Capitol steps. Here comes Alex Stein, doing what Alex Stein does best. Cat calls her. Look at that Latino booty. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. What I have gone about it that way, I don't know. But this is what Stein does, and it works effectively. Funny how supposedly she was so threatened. She was so threatened. Of course, she lied about it, then got caught on it, then tried to delete it, and then got wrecked for it. But you saw her. She was giving peace signs. Selfie, she mentioned. Of course, later on that night, she gave an interview. And of course, when you had people interrupting, stating facts, oh my gosh, that the police were. Now, she says the police were involved in the January 6th, quote, insurrection. Well, as we all know, as we've seen the video, you had the Capitol Police escort Chewbacca and the gang in. But according to the Democrats, no, the police did everything correctly. Yes, they tried to protect as best they can by letting them through the doors, by letting them in through different offices, escorting them in personally, giving the White House tour, quote unquote. But when it comes to Cortez, this little bartender who's been given so much power so quickly for someone who knows absolutely nothing, is beyond the pale. But then again, this is what the former Democrat Party, now of course the Socialist Party, has given into. Because if the older heads in the Democratic Party step up and say, Cortez, sit down and shut your mouth. No, because you have her, you have the other idiots in the squad, and you have rhinos who will back her. And that's pathetic, and that's sad. But then again, sadly, this is the political world that we live in, where you have know-nothings, little kids, trying to tell the adults in the room what to do. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.